Ready? Okay. Let's talk beds. These hospital beds are dorm length, so they are about 6 to 8 inches longer than a regular bed. So they need to use different sheets on these. The biggest problem is the fitted sheet, because a regular twin sheet will just, as you move the bed up, it's going to pop off and fall off, and it's frustrating. So we brought in fitted sheets that are dorm length. They're made for hospital beds. They're made out of material that's really smooth to the skin. It won't create skin tears, those kinds of things. These will also work on your extended beds. They've got enough stretch that they will also work on your extended bed. So we sell a lot of these. If we sell the 2 at a time usually, because they're going to use one, and then the other one they have available for launder. So if it gets dirty, they can switch the bed out, throw the other one in the laundry, and they have 2. Most people, if you're going to sell these to someone, I just recommend that they get 2 at a time, if not more if they want, but at least 2, so they can launder in between. These things, we don't make a ton of money off of these things. It's a huge advantage to the patient, because if they have to go and hunt these things down in a store, to buy a set of these is almost $50, and they're going to get 1 fitted sheet, 1 flat sheet, and so forth. So you're doing them a huge favor for 20 some bucks. I think we're selling these for 2 for $22 right now. It may change, but these things save them a half a day of shopping and trying to find just sheets for a bed. And if you've only got 3 days with a patient and they're going to die in 3 days, and you just spent a half a day looking for sheets, that's a sad, sad thing. So you're doing them a favor by offering these. We don't sell as many of these, but we also have the flat sheets, which are longer. A regular flat sheet will work. A regular twin sheet will work fine. It'll be a little tiny short, but it will be fine. They don't have to buy these if they really don't feel like it, but we have them in case. We also have what's called a draw sheet, which is about a half of this flat sheet. They fold them in half, put them onto the patient, and they use it as a way to pull the person back and forth as a draw. They call them a draw sheet. So we have those as well if you need them. Now, blankets and sheets and stuff sitting on someone's feet. We talked a little bit about this. The heel gets sores and so forth. Well, because of the pressure of the blankets, these guys get really cold and they use a lot of blankets. But that's a lot of weight on their feet. Sometimes their feet get really bad, especially diabetics. So we've got to have a way to bring the blankets off their feet and take the pressure off their feet. So this is what we use. This is just a small little blanket support. And this part right here will go between the mattress and the box spring. And then it'll slide in between there, and then you adjust with these little screws, you adjust this for the height so it keeps the blanket off their toes and keeps that pressure off of their feet. So this is called just a blanket support. When it comes shipped, these little black things aren't on it. You have to put these little black things, this comes out and it puts together, this comes out like this and ships flat. So you just have to assemble it a little bit when it comes, but it's pretty easy to put together. But it's something we don't use a lot, but for some people it's a lifesaver. It's a really good device. Don't lose the little screws. Do not lose those little screws, because it won't work without them. Okay. Continue on with the beds. What do we have here? This is This is called it's a bed cane. Is this sharp? Do you have a dull knife? No, you don't. Nice and sharp. Can we talk knife safety? Don't cut your fingers off. Okay, we've talked before that bed rails are not allowed in facilities. This is called a bed cane or a quarter rail, and these can actually be used in facilities, and they don't get in trouble for them as a restraint. I don't know why that is, because it does almost the exact same thing as a regular half rail, but they can get away with it. It's kind of playing the game. What this does is this part here inserts between the box spring and the mattress. It slides in, and this strap that's here is going to go clear around the other side of the bed and to the frame, so this doesn't slip out of the bed. So that strap has got to be attached clear underneath the bed to the frame on the other side. This particular model has the ability to fold down when you're taking it. This is nice for just travel and transport. It's nice, but they don't all do that. But again, you'll get some facilities that'll want to try to put these on a hospital bed. I try to strongly discourage that because it's very, very difficult. Because those mattresses are so light, and the frames are not, the box spring and the frame are not the same on a hospital bed as a regular bed. This is almost impossible to get this securely mounted to a hospital bed. So if they want to put one on there, I really try to push them to the point where if we can get a half rail on here, it'd be much, much safer. Because we talk about entrapment issues. If this were to slide down the bed a little bit and they get their head caught in there and get entrapped and strangled, they got a big problem on their hands. So that's kind of the argument I would say is we can never get these things on there secure, and they're an entrapment issue. And if they hear entrapment, they should freak out a little bit and say, well, I don't want that, because that's a really serious bad thing. This particular model, and several will do this. This is adjustable for length. Somehow, where's the pin? There it is. There's a pin on the top, and this allows this to get longer or shorter depending on need. So, bed cane. Yeah. So they started out with a company called Standers. Started making these, and they called them bed canes, and that just kind of traveled on to everything that's like it is called a bed cane. So there's going to be several variations to that. There's this one. It's easy adjust. Do we have a bed cane? Oh, good. This is the original bed cane. This goes between the box spring and the mattress. It's attached here. It is foldable here with a pin system. Do not lose this pin. But this will lay down. So you put the pin back down for transport and get it out of the way. Again, this has a strap on the side that'll go straight clear across to the other side to the frame. And it does the same thing as that one we were just looking at. And these don't attach to a hospital bed any better. There's just no good way of putting those on a bed. All right, should we talk home style rails? Okay, you've got a patient that wants rails on their own bed. They don't want a hospital bed. They just want some rails to put on the side of the bed. We can do that. These attach very similar to the way a hospital bed does. Hospital bed rail, maybe we'll pop this open.